Hello, ordinary gamers. As you know by now, hopefully I, Mudahar, love mystery and intrigue. My search for the supernatural and unexplained don't just end at creepypastas, but extend to real-world secrets as well. And so I want to shift a current series of mine, the IRL Creepypastas, to find just that, real-life creepypastas. What are they? They're not stories, but unexplained phenomenon in our current world. Alongside our quest for video games and their relation to the scary side of our world, we've seen numerous mentions of such creatures and events in our favorite entertainment medium, video games. Yes, even these real-life events permeate our games, and some even center around them. On today's episode, we talk about the Bermuda Triangle, and even visit, in this brand new episode of IRL Creepypastas. The Bermuda Triangle has appeared in certain video games and has been centered around them, albeit loosely. Earliest example is literally called Bermuda Triangle, or also World Wars. The game is a vertical shoot-'em-up arcade title released in 1987 by SNK. Very simple, you control a jet on screen and blow up enemies, get power-ups, and then fight some bosses. Rinse and repeat. Like Mobile Light Force in a way. The Triangle also shows up in some kiddier titles on the Nintendo Wii and the DS, such as Bermuda Triangle, Saving the Coral. Because, screw those dirty humans messing up our coral with their obnoxious trade routes. And then the Wii, which just has Saving Coral. Honestly, you could kind of just take any water body and put it here, so no, this game doesn't really have any involvement with any kind of triangle, but name alone. The triangle has also been referenced, or rather hinted, in games like Grand Theft Auto, but for the most part disproven, as it's more attributed to in-game coding for different natures, usually a restriction on players. Hell, even in Just Cause 2 a similar location exists, but references to the TV show Lost rather than the triangle, but properties of plane crashing will still occur, and in doing so, disappear, I guess, in game lore in seemingly similar fashion. But for the most part, that's essentially the gaming's take on the triangle. Not as looked onto as, say, Area 51, but it's still nodded to. Even in games like Black Flag, such places exist in the general area of the game map, and actually in that game, harsher weather is generally seen than the rest of the map. But that could all be in my save file, and it could be different for each individual user, but they're not really nods to the Bermuda Triangle in any specific way, but they're there, and it's nice. It's a location that is triangulated between Bermuda, Puerto Rico, and Miami, Florida. This location in particular seems to have an abnormally high amount of shipwrecks, plane crashes, and even the paranormal seems to have made its haven here. Hell, 5 US bombers in 1945 even disappeared. Even with a rescue plane that got sent, that also disappeared, and it remains one of the world's greatest mysteries. There are plenty of supernatural explanations. One such includes the theory that these crashes result from lost technology from the mythical city of Atlantis. In 1970, Dr. Ray Brown discovered the Bimini Road area contained a giant underwater pyramid, shining and containing a sphere crystal. 4 divers who also followed that expedition had allegedly drowned, and the story of the underwater pyramid still retains to be quite the mystery. Theorists believe this crystal and many others affect low frequencies, which causes crashes in our transportation. Now, many would think that Brown's story would be fabricated, but it's hard to believe when an individual could be so inclined to lie about something given past credentials, and the lack of telling anyone about the story or an object until shortly before his death. It makes it quite authentic. Some attribute to aliens or UFOs who use this to take specimens out of our world to theirs and use this location as sort of a portal to another dimension. And even when you look at it, it all boils down to the Bimini Road. A newer theory that revolves in the area also looks at the road and discusses magnetic storms, which play with time itself. And this is from a pilot, Bruce Gernon, who flew a perfectly round donut which produces a tunnel that left him back at this starting position in Miami Beach, all in 47 minutes, when really, that flight should have taken at least 75 minutes. Now, these explanations, except for the last one, seem illogical. I mean, come on, really, aliens? And when you look at it, there are more plausible reasons out there. For starters, many believe that the Bermuda Triangle and the Devil's Triangle in Japan are the 2 places on our planet considered to be true north. due to their alignment with the stars. Because of this, these are magnetically declined zones. and so because of the compass readings naturally being skewed off, it would lead to planes and ships sailing off course and possibly getting into wrecks. But when we really think about it, technology has vastly improved, and with GPS and satellite functionality, it's highly unlikely that logistics can be an issue. Then we have methane gas in the ocean floor, so when a large bubble of sea fart rips, it causes a rift in the water density, and if such a thing can sink even oil rigs, ships are child's play. Then we have weather surges, and the area itself is prone to many earthquakes and even 1,000-foot large water spouts. So no matter how strong the air and sea craft is, these natural events can devastate anything in their path. And really, another plausible scenario is this: pirates. No, not those pirates. Water gangsters, rogue Zorns, and the sort. With a location involved in a notorious illegal drug smuggling operation, these groups can surely account for some missing seacraft, and hell, even missing aircraft. But with black box and updating server tech, I mean, it seems kind of obvious if it were to happen, but then again, it's one of those more legit reasons for disappearances in the area. Hell, even this clip will show a simulation of a flight to the Bermuda Triangle, all done in Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Now, this could be attributed to my poor flying, quite easily, but on any simulation, this area is to be noted has the worst weather in any simulation, even using real-world data at any given moment in time. All in all, this is an IRL creepypasta. We got no idea of its existence, and to be honest, it's weird, but boy is it real. The location has its fair share of disappearances and spooky phenomenon. But one thing is for sure, it's intriguing. You gotta wonder what causes these happenings, not just here, but also in the Devil's Triangle in Japan. But at the end, it seems more on the logical side that this place just has a lot of methane and natural issues in it, even pirates, and therefore serves as a risk for traveling. But don't let superstition get to you. You won't get probed, and you won't be given a crash landing tour to Atlantis. Or maybe you might. I don't know. But this is one tale I'd like to see permeate our games even more and serve as a reminder to the many things that exist in our world, still untapped and unexplored. This has been the first in my series of real-world creepypastas, or IRL creepypastas. Or I guess just a creepy look at our planet, and beyond. If you like what you saw, then like, comment, and subscribe. This is me, Mudahar, and I'm out.